We're here in round 1 and we totally have a keeper, so we're going to keep it. All right. A draw that we can use. I think he knew, I think he knows what I drew that turn. I guess I could have drawn the swamp or the ancestor, but clearly to him I drew one of those. If he even cares or picks up on stuff like that. Morph, yes. All right. Pretty easy grizzly here. Keep the pressure coming. So we could still be going up against Temur or Sultai. Currently not sure. Another morph. Okay. So plan is next turn just attack with Grizzly. He probably blocks with whatever morph he cares less about. I awaken the bear, go over top for a ton of damage. Probably make him a bit more defensive. Could also play the long shot squad here, but this seems like a great opportunity to awaken the bear. I imagine he's thinking he's going to get this trade. So, yeah. So we'll just pump up, go over top of his guy. He takes a bunch of trample. Basically lava axe our opponent and kill a horde ambusher. It's a pretty fair deal. Strong argument for long shot squad would have been next turn I can incremental growth, which is actually a really good argument. But we could also morph plus outlast next turn, which isn't bad. I might actually do that instead, but the hill giant's not bad. If he just leaves up 5 mana, I think I won't attack into it just in case. I was going to say just in case it's like a Pine Walker or something like that. Or if he swung with the morph, I think I wouldn't block. And then if he left the mana up, I wouldn't attack. Once again, playing around Pine Walker. All right. Yet another morph. I can't think of anything that would kill me here. He is Temur. It's a Temur deck. I'm going to block. I'm more interested in what he's... Nothing? It's just weird. All right. I think we just morph I'm not going to attack into his morph. I'd rather set up for a nice incremental growth. So let's morph plus outlast and pass. And the next turn we'll incremental growth for quite a bit. I think we'll likely triple boost our Alpine Grizzly, double boost our morph, single boost our ancestor. I like the idea of having a 7/5. Finally found his red source, so these could be the 5/5s. Something I gotta watch out for. For that reason, maybe I want to do 1 on the Grizzly, 2 on the Ancestor, 3 on the Guide. That would have the most upside if I draw a white source too. So I'm going to play as if one of these are the 5/5 Trampler. So yeah, I think the incremental growth is going to be 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Ooh, this is going to be a sick turn for us. All right. Let's do this. So we've got 6 resources. We're going to do the incremental growth. 1 counter going on. Yeah, I think we do 1 Grizzly. I guess I could do 1 Ancestor, because I'm probably just going to leave him back anyway. Although I guess if we're in race mode, well, I want to keep his morphs back. So here's what we do. We do 1 Ancestor, 2 on Morph, 3 on Grizzly. So like that original plan. This does not prepare me as much for the 5/5 Tramplers. But I guess well, if he double blocks, I'm in good shape. Okay, change of plans again. We're going to do 1 on the Ancestor. We're going to do 2 on the Grizzly, because if he wants to double block it, we're fine. And then we'll do 3 on the Guide. And this way, either one of these guys in future turns can trade for the 5/5 Trampler, plus he has to leave all those resources up. I'm not going to attack with the Ancestor to protect myself from the Morph backswing, since Ancestor, I presume, can pretty much hold back any of these guys. And getting in 11 damage here is certainly significant. Next turn we get to do Parapet plus Long Shot Squad, which is definitely good as well. And if we can find one of our elusive white sources, we've got ourselves a 7/7 lifelink, which is pretty insane. Just blocking with 1. All right, what do we get? What did we nab? We did nab a 5/5 Trampler. All right, well, my presumption was correct, but that does make me curious what this one is. Hopefully that's not a crazy rare one. I guess it could be the 5/6 that bounces both my guys. That would be pretty brutal. I guess if it is in fact that, we're not dead though, because then I guess I can play Long Shot Squad and still be able to block it. But this Mystic has to be dealt with if that's the case. I'm doing a lot of hypotheticals here. For now, he's got to pretty much deal with these. So, yeah, really the best thing I think he could do is find some way to bounce them, which blue can easily do. Or the biggest blowout would be if this is in fact that 5/6, 7 costing unmorph 1, bounces tapped creatures. That's the biggest blowout I could think of him having. Other than that, yeah, like I said, he's got to really find a way to deal with these pretty quick. Okay. His decision is leave them both back. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, God, that was a amazing draw. It's gonna let us be pretty aggressive here too, especially if he's just planning on unmorphing. Hmm. Burn Away, unfortunately, is very good against our deck. Uh, yeah, I guess I can't do anything about that, but that's all right. He's like, oh, my opponent's Abzan. Yeah, he probably didn't even realize it. It was just an interesting block, too. Just weird. All right, well, let's do our follow-up play then. Could throttle his morph, but I'd rather just get a bunch of cards out right now. More pressure. Still could be the rare, I guess, that bounces everything. But if he's got it, he's got to slam it right now. Oh, so I guess it is. I'm going to take it then. So if he slams it, we at least get to crack back for a reasonable amount. All right, Pine Walker, much less intimidating. So if he has the Force Away at this point, he needs to still do it on the bear, I think. Which makes the throttle play here still safe, in my opinion. Yeah, he has to Force Away the bear, so we still end up much more ahead on this play than he does. Fortunately, we can't replay the Grizzly, but we do get to parapet our opponent, so that's good. Secret plans. I'm a fan. And Sagu Archer. All right. It's pretty good against our bear. All right. So I think we just swing. Gonna try and finish him off with this parapet in time. As much as I'd like to play, well, I guess we can, right? With 1 delve, 5 mana, and then we can still parapet. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Pretty reasonable draw. All right. Well, that was cool. So we're playing against Temur. He's got the Temur Ascendancy and Secret Plans, so I think Erase might be in order, but then again, Erase on the splash is much more difficult. He's also got both Force Away and Burn Away, which makes our spells like Awaken the Bear and Incremental Growth a bit more dangerous. Also, the Swarm of Bloodflies becomes a little less good as well. I am kind of tempted to find a way to bring Erase in because I think Temur Ascendancy is a very strong card. He also had problems finding his red source early, which I think hurt him. He's got Burn Away. He does have Burn Away, which makes our Delve cards a bit more sketchy. Still acceptable, though. I'm debating cutting a Scout the Borders, but that might not be a good idea. I think I kind of want the Erase. Having both Secret Plans, there's like enough targets for it, but how bad is Erase on the splash out of sideboard? It might be bad. I think I'm still going to bring it in, though. And I don't really want to cut Scout the Borders because it helps us fix. I think I either cut a Swarm of Bloodflies or one of our Scavengers. I think having the Swarm is nice enough. I'm going to cut 1 Scavenger, and I think we're going to bring in 1 more white source, but I don't know if I can do that either. I think we're just going to leave it at 3 white sources. Maybe I don't need the Erase. It doesn't... I'm trying to find a good reason to bring Erase in, and it's really not coming to mind. I mean, I feel like having it in my hand and being unable to cast it is so bad that even though it is a nice out against Secret Plans and Temur Ascendancy, splashing for it just seems counter to what I'm trying to do, pretty much. I'd probably rather just have a Scavenger. But he did maybe design around it. That's tough. All right, I'll try it. We'll try it game 2. If I don't like it, I'll get out of it. But I don't want to up my white count, which makes it a bit more sketchy. But we'll find out. We'll see how sketchy it is in a second here. Great looking hand. Absolutely keeping. Opponent is on the play. That is nice. Now we got our white source too. So pretty much sky's the limit on what we can cast at this point, which is great. Turn 2 Death Dealer is certainly good. A lot of pressure. And we even have the injury for his follow-up play. Oh, wow. No land, no play. It's pretty helpful for us. So I can drop the Parapet, but to be honest, I'm more tempted to drop the Scout the Borders here. And I'll tell you why. Because if I find one of my Delve guys, it's going to be really good. Parapet is good too, but I don't need it. I'd rather find a good creature right now. Like an Abzan Guide, for example. And then we dump the rest. And we've filled our yard for future Delve. Scout the Borders is good for that, geez. Now we just kill this Morph, play a Parapet. Guess we don't even have to kill the morph. It's probably better to just get the guide down. I love that I'm just assuming he's got a morph. I mean, he's got 7 cards in hand. He's a morph-centric deck with his secret plans and stuff, so kind of makes sense that he would be. Also kind of nice that Sultai Scavenger is now 1 mana. Alright. Swarm of Bloodflies, not bad. So, do I even want to injury? I kind of don't. Kind of want to just get that Abzan guide down, but he certainly knows it's an Abzan guide. Could also do the Bloodflies next turn. So my options are Morph Dude or Morph Dude that he knows about, or injury Parapet. Parapet's not that exciting. I think that's my main issue with it. But injury now does seem pretty good. All right, let's just injury plus Parapet. Next turn we can pump plus play a morph. Can also drop Bloodflies if he doesn't block, which he probably doesn't. I guess the Parapet wasn't that great of a play last turn since we're clearly the offensive group. I just, I don't know. I didn't want to miss the opportunity, I guess, to kill a morph if I had it. Another Abzan guy, jeez. All right, well, pretty obvious what we're doing here. Just pump. Drop a guide. And pass. All right, Sultai Flare is certainly good. So now I think we just swing with our morph, because I can't swing with both, because then he can put me in a position where he forces me to pump so I can't unmorph my guide that he does know about. So I think this is best to just attack with our lifelinker. Get him nice and unmorphed. Even if he double blocks, taking out a Sultai Flare and gaining 4 life seems pretty good. Now, interestingly, I could throttle the Sultai Flare, take out both his creatures, which isn't bad. Really isn't bad. But I think I want to save the throttle. So let's just kill the Flare, gain our life. He gains life too, but at least we get rid of their roadblock there. Guess we don't get to ID his morph. And it could be a Pine Walker, but it's okay. Also didn't have to attack with the guide, but getting rid of Flare there does seem like something we're going to have to do. All right. Scavenger for 1 mana. Certainly seems good. Let's go ahead and bash with the Death Dealer. What's amazing is I can pump Death Dealer plus play Charger plus play Scavenger, which is just a lot. So I'm going to do that. This keeps a lot of pressure up on him. Follow up with a Swarm is probably good too. But then I can't protect my Death Dealer, who has done quite a bit of work this game. Just morphs for days. Morphs for days. So we've got 6 resources. We could hard cast the guide. No, I think we just get in. I mean, I could also just double pump the Death Dealer, puts him in lethal with the Scavenger. It's probably the best play. I don't even need to really progress the board anymore after this turn. I mean, then I can just finish him off with a Parapet. If we're dealing 9 damage to him this turn, I think he's got to chump the Death Dealer. He's not? Well, alright. Well, then we're just going to double pump. We're just going to set ourselves up for a victory with Parapets and Flyers and whatnot. He's got burn away mana now, but it's just not enough. Alright. Well, that worked out for us. Our opponent hiccuped. Well, I kind of want to know what this morph was, though. Reveal that info. Mystic of the Hidden Way? Is that what it was? Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, it was. Okay. So he had a Mystic, Sagu Archer. Yeah, so he hiccuped on land, and that was of great benefit to us because we had a nice start. So our nice start coupled with his hiccup equated to a victory. I think our opponent's deck is actually very good. Okay, we'll see you round 2.